before, because I wasn't seeing anybody in the chat, that I started this a couple times, and I think the last time I didn't set it for public. So hopefully you guys can hear me and are with me right now. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. And right now we've got Aaron, Aaron is with us. We've got Sarasota Jerry. We are protesting Scientology in Clearwater, Florida, at the spiritual headquarters. I am filling in for Aaron Smith-Levin. Oh, good. Now the chat's going. All right, we're public. That's great. All right, I do not have my, I turned off the noise cancellation that I was using last time that I still had on by accident on my phone. And I noticed a lot of people saying that they did not hear the honks, which was amazing because we had a bunch of honks. So this time you're gonna hear all the road noise, but you might not hear me that well. So I've got, like, I'm right up onto the phone right now. So we've got Eric coming out. Cheryl's not feeling very well. I believe that Lauren is looking for some parking. We've got our JV team here tonight. They were here last week. They were already making some noise in front of the building here. And it looks like they're just taking a look around, doing a little field trip. All right, and I am Erica. Definite Trouble Source is my handle, and I'm filling in for Aaron, who his lawyer Jerry likes to sometimes call Adam Levine Smith. So we like to tease him about that. He's got a really great lawyer. This is the Flag land base, and this is the hotel that Scientology purchased in 1975, L. Ron Hubbard specifically. All right, I'm going to start setting up for chalking.
There we go.
Not using the gimbal tonight, I'm using just the tripod, so we're going to see how that works. I think the gimbal was actually kind of shaky last time. Okay. Hey, CO Bill, Missy. Okay, Aaron is in jail. I don't know if I can do a good enough summary of this. Aaron is, there were two issues this past summer, and the first one involved chalk and getting it on a Scientologist, and he was found not guilty of battery in that case. And then a month later, which was about 10 days ago, he had the trial for the second case, where he was near at the front entrance of a Scientology building, and they didn't want him there, so they just slammed the door on him, and he was charged for battery in that case as well. He was not allowed to present very much of the context of that case, and the judge was visibly not liking him at the trial, and so the jury, I think, pushed the easy button and did what I think they thought the judge wanted, which was found him guilty. So he was given a sentence of 30 days in jail, 12 months probation, continued restraining order. He will be out May 4th.
Hi. Oh, there's Lauren.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Kids
I almost said don't
she said
breathe,
they
but
were-
definitely breathe.
Hello.
Hello. How's your girl?
Hello. She's sick. Oh.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. I mean, I don't feel great, but you know, I haven't felt great in a long
I
time.
like your gas station stories.
What's new?
It's all relative.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Those kids, Erica said those kids were here last week and they're raising hell, man. They're going around the building and
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
keeping old Joey Meatball busy.
Pretty crazy stuff.
All right, let's get started with some chalking. All right, can you guys hear the honks this time? Let's see, Mindy is on her way. Oh, thanks, Lauren.
I can hear him.
Okay, that's good.
Got the spray paint chalk on it. I wonder if we could chalk all the way down here.
What's that?
I wonder what would happen if we chalked all the way down here. Chalk?
Oh, I've done it up to the first corner, the first sidewalk. They just have more to clean out.
No. Well, what if we did it all the way at Target?
I can do it. I've done it down there too.
Yeah? Did
Yeah,
they
like
clean it up?
toward the Publix, like all around that corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, totally a doable thing.
Yeah. I'll come meet you down there. So what if people like want to hire you to do corrections?
Oh, you mean make a side hustle out of this?
He said nope.
Yeah, probably a no. Let's see. Is JoJo in here yet?
I didn't hear you right, but I'm sure you could with the quality of your stuff. Yeah, you could absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I think I probably,
Like for schools,
I think a
hear
fourth
people-
grader could do it.
No, not as good as I can't do it as good as you do it. Okay, I can't draw a stick figure save my life. But like they pay people to go out and like paint those rocks in front of schools.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
They do paint people. They should do. PTA should do that.
don't look at me. I did not. I opted out of the human children.
All right. Hey, Janet Ribs. Oh, JoJo. JoJo's here. JoJo, you asked last time for me to finish my story about my arrest, and the second part of the arrest, when I got back, is my favorite part. So I'll be doing that in a little while. But I am going to just finish doing this cult, and then I'll put some more stuff over here, and I'll get the chalking set up and ready to go. So I'm debuting a new chalk product that I found. It's not a big deal. I don't want you getting all worked up. It's not that exciting. But I'm going to use some white spray to write a little message, the primary message, and then we'll try the other product.
Oh, we know that YouTube's growing up in Scientology.
Right, but the rest of them have that's Eric.
So they're standing right where I want to put my message, but I don't want to discourage them, so I'm going to let them hang out there and talk to Lauren. So if you want to support Aaron, Venmo I think is Aaron-Smith-Levin, and I think PayPal is Smith-Levin. I think that's what it is, but I'm sure you'll see it posted in the chat. He's got, he'll have a fine of, it's over $800, it's almost $900, but also probation will be, I think, $50 a month or so. So it's about $600 in probation for the next year. So that could help with that. Yeah. So now we're taking a picture. Oh.
They're my friend. Like my friends read it. Like that's why I don't like it. Like that guy in the
They are really young. I feel like they're middle school.
yeah, like Aaron grew up in it. They like they read because they're awful to kids, and then when you try to get out, it's
Yes, every month when you go to you have to check in with your probation officer every month, and you have to pay a fee for that. And the fee, I think it varies, but I think the judge suggested it would probably be around $50.
Oh, that guy's in Scientology. Oh, they ain't looking with boy. They looking with boy.
Oh, you guys, Aaron says that he is not, all right, I'm going to get a different view for now. Aaron says that he is not competitive or jealous. I think he said jealous. So what I think would be funny is if you guys hit the like button a lot. Well, you can only hit it once, right? But if we can get more likes than when Aaron usually is streaming, like if I got more likes, it won't do anything for my ego because I really don't care. But I just think it would be really funny if I just got a whole bunch of likes. I doubt he's going to go back and watch this because it'll be a few weeks old by the time he gets out. So he's not even going to see that I'm conspiring this way against him. But, okay, they're in my space right now, so that's my space that I want to work in. So I think I'm going to unveil the chalk product that all right, look, gym chalk. It's like a block. This is really lightweight, so I'm doubting that it's going. I didn't even open it yet. I'm doubting that it's going to do anything, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're here. Give us a dirty look. hasn't shot it through a plate glass window.
2 days ago?
2 or 3 days ago, yeah. They arrested him. They had him on camera, of course.
Yeah, they have cameras everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know which building
Courses
it
and
was.
training in Scientology or
I think it was down there
a locality.
where, it was like in 46 or 45.
In Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, Bodie's Beaches. All right,
This
well,
hotel
you get to spam that twice, one more tally, and you're out.
All right. I am liking this block here. There was one pass with this chalk. It's a little sketchy because the surface is pretty rough. But I'm pretty happy with this product. Yeah. Yeah.
I love you guys.
Love you back. I'm waving with this block. People are wondering what I'm doing with it. All right. Let's see. What else? Oh, I always forget to write the important part.
And all the tools you do here are not, should never be by kids. It's crazy.
Supposedly when they first came into Florida, actually at Daytona Beach, they were in
And
like a
they
hotel.
hold your family
Yeah,
over
he
your
wanted,
head, which is a lot to
I
take.
don't know. They like were searched around the state, I guess, to make sure.
Yeah.
They
He wanted a place close to
It was international.
a major airport and a warm climate. I don't know why they
All right. All right, you guys like it? The big chalk block. It's very soft, so it does crumble a little bit, but it really does the job very well. Okay. Let me,
Hey,
Thank you, Jake.
let me-
He was on the ships at sea because
And,
of those
and,
all right, let me get this going over here again. So if I'd worn the external mic, I'd have it on my shirt. And I could just keep talking to you. Did I spell it all right? Your doubts unlock the truth. Trust your doubts. Yes, I did. It's in white right now, but I can't leave well enough alone. Got the pink now. For some reason, this doesn't flow. Okay. Now, do you get why I like this powder stuff so much? I love the bright colors. Your doubts unlock the truth. Trust your doubts. Really, it's good messaging with anything in life. But I think Scientologists especially are taught not to listen to their doubts. Oh, also, Cheryl always uses a container of the powder that she puts a little water in, makes a little paint out of. And she's not here, but I did bring a container for that. So let's go get that.
And if you have 5, 10, 15 years plus into something like this, and you already spent your grandkids' college fund and their house on this bullshit that you got absolutely nothing back from, and stole the rest of your family while they were at it. Yeah, I mean, this is what people are up against. It's like they don't want to lose it all. Like, when I tell you this keeps you in line, the threat of losing your family is what keeps you in line. Well above anything else. Well above anything else. There's never a good day to put up with that, where you can't see your daughter, you can't see your son.
Happy Cold Friday.
It's a little more water. It's cornstarch, so it doesn't doesn't want to give a whole lot. If you remember
Hello, Vanessa.
the science experiments.
She's sick. Drizzy. I mean, it's, you know, put it like this, okay? I completely understand that if 6/8 of my life was spent with a tight-knit group of people, I would have a very hard time turning my back on them, even if I found out everything was fugazi. So a part of me understands, like, the independent people, like, to an extent, if you just want to maintain some of those relationships. But as far as people not understanding that,
Beautiful artwork.
Scientology
Thank
is
you.
absolutely worthless. It just has no value. None. You know, it has, it's, like I said, it all depends on where you are in that mind control game. Because if you're playing all their games, if I do a contact assist every time I hurt myself and I do it until it no longer hurts, I am literally going to believe the contact assist is
Okay.
working and works.
So
Okay?
you were getting a little bit of Eric's live stream for your listening pleasure. But I'm moving over here. Cheryl likes to use this spot over here. It's a nice open space. Don't really have a plan for what I want to do here. Sideways, so I don't get my butt.
Yeah, that's right.
So okay, so I get it. This is like really, this is painted and smooth and it's very easy. The surface is painted and sealed. Really easy to write on. So, yeah. Let's see, what else should I write? What's it look like over here? I know the camera's crooked. No, I'll stay over here. Alright, I'll just stay over So it's going to say, it doesn't make sense. The next line is because it's not true. So I think I need another color because I'm running low on this. All right, let's see what other color. I forgot which ones I brought. When I'm done with, I'll do this and one more thing, and then I'll look in the chat and see what's going on in there. Oh, jeez. Did you get trespassed?
Oh yeah.
I'm filming it.
Happy Gold Friday.
I can't stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a transcript of what I was going to say.
I think he was totally out of line.
Oh,
Just because he doesn't like what you're saying doesn't mean he should, you know.
I'm just sad that they're.
I was like, this is exactly what happened
I
with
wish I could
Kristen
have
Stop.
15 minutes
Just,
with each one of them. And you know what? Even if I can only get 1 out of 10 out of there, I bet you I could.
do you want me to, is this for me?
Because I can show them
Yeah, I'll
where
take
to
it.
look.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll appreciate, yeah.
And I can answer the questions that I know they're going to ask. And show people what this really
Yeah,
is.
appreciate it.
Like,
Okay.
when you actually understand
All right.
it,
Well, I appreciate what you
it's
did.
impossible to fall for.
All right.
Because you never understand it while you're doing it. You really don't. You're hoping for a lot of things. That's a totally different thing than knowing something. In Scientology, you do a whole lot of hoping. You know? They call it postulating. Whatever.
All right.
Um,
Using the same direction. We're using orange. We're going with orange.
And the other thing that makes it so dangerous for children is that everyone has different break-in points. You know, my sister was able to take 10 times what I was able to take. More like 100 times, actually. So you just don't know how it's going to affect each kid. And the thing is, you're not going to know until they lose it, and that could be something.
I think that's enough water in there. So. More people thanking us. Nobody likes Scientology. Let's see what it looks like. It's, I always have to check. When you're writing it, it's like when you're writing on a birthday cake and you forget the H in birthday. Happy birthday. I think it's all spelled right. All right. Now I've got a whole bucket of this that I need to maybe enhance. I don't know how to enhance cult. When all else fails, use stops. So that's the polka dot effect. And then we've got just a little using up the orange a bit. All right, let's go sit down. Actually, I don't want to leave that block of chalk there. Sorry. You guys okay? All right, we're gonna sit down.
Hey, God, did you see on this channel that had the coal?
I think down there and to the left
I tried sending these.
is where the buses are going to drop everyone off and they're going to walk across this bridge.
actually,
PayPal, but I don't think
there's
the
a lot
link's
of
right.
conversation here.
It goes like this one says they haven't accepted it yet. So I think double tap that so some SMS.
Huh. Let's see, maybe over here. I just know my voice doesn't carry that well. All right. Let's see what's going on in here. Thank you, Sharon. No, no one else is talking because they're all sitting. I don't know. It's okay. I just kind of do the routine ones, and then if anybody else wants to talk, they certainly can. Actually, somebody did. Oops. Hold on. Okay, never mind. I'll show you later. It says "Suck it, Dave," and it's facing Dave's apartment. I'm not sure who did it. Could have been one of the boys, actually. That would make sense. All right, I'm just kind of trying to skim up here, see if there are any comments, unless you just want to repeat any questions or comments for me. Draw some pizza and donuts for Aaron. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Where's that place?
Just jogging through. What happened to Aaron? Aaron is in jail right now. He will be out May 4th. He was found not guilty of the first battery charge and falsely guilty, which will be appealed, on the second battery charge. Thank you, Vicki. Jamie's not here today at Target 1. I know that Mindy and Lauren are down at Target 2. If anybody is in Lauren's stream right now, let me know. Let us all know if there's anybody else at Target 2. Lauren is Lauren with a C, S-E-A at the end, Lauren with a C. If you want to go into her channel and see what's going on down there. I have not seen Francisco tonight. Cheryl is out sick. She called in sick. I always try to shout out any company that honks really loud. I didn't see the name of that air conditioning company. But if you're a local Clearwater person and you need a roofer or air conditioner or electrician, I usually try to shout those out because, well, you also want to make sure you're not hiring any Scientologists when they're coming out to your house. Oh, so the continuation of my story from last week when I was, can you guys hear me okay? Or is it kind of muffled because of the background noise? Yeah, thanks for putting that up, Northern Girl. Thank you, Paige, Lovelace. Thanks for being a member. Okay, oh, where's the mute? Here, let me see. The problem with hitting the mute is that you forget you hit the mute. So I remembered this time. So the rest of the story with my arrest is after 23 and a half hours, I was finally released. And I got out, and you walk out of the jail building, and that's it. There's no guidance, there's no map, there's no go this way for the bus station, go this way for Uber pickups or your family or whatever. There's nothing. You literally are left to just walk out the door. And it's on this property, this campus, that's kind of in the middle of the area surrounding this giant mass of a property is industrial, mostly industrial park. So there's nothing familiar. You're not just out on the street, you're still on the compound somewhere, but there are no instructions for how to get out. So I happened to, in my pod, at the same time that I was released, my name was called. Another woman whom I had been talking to and just had an issue with expired license kind of thing. Lovely lady, first time arrested as well. And we were talking the last couple hours that I was there, so we happened to both be released together. So as I walked out, I said, you have to power your phone up, and of course as soon as you do, you have like 100, alerts, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I've got to get Uber, but I don't even know where to tell Uber to pick me up. And she's like, don't worry about it. My sister's coming to get me. We'll take you, to where you're going. But they were going over to Tampa, and I needed to go back to downtown Clearwater to get my stuff. And so, just so lovely, and how lucky to meet really lovely people in the jail. But it was so nice, and her sister and her son came, and her sister, they came in separate cars, and her sister took me halfway to Clearwater where it wasn't too much out of her way, and then I Ubered back from that point. But we're all hugging each other, and I don't even know these people, and it was just, sometimes in those moments of bad things happening, some really good things show up, and you can really taste the good things. You can talk to strangers when you're standing in line at Home Depot and Publix and whatnot, and just get along with everybody. And strangers are lovely. They'll give you their Aldi cart without charging you the 25 cents. People are nice. People are really nice. But under those circumstances, when you're feeling kind of desperate, like I don't even know how to get out of this jail, and then people just step up, just so kind, and that's when it really hits home how fantastic people really are. So then I got an Uber, and I wanted to explain to the Uber driver why I was still carrying my "Nobody Likes Scientology" poster, which I was probably about 5 miles away from downtown holding that sign waiting for the Uber guy, and people were honking. So the sign works everywhere. But he didn't speak any English. So I got him to where I needed to go, and I got out and I realized, you know what? It is 5 o'clock. It's 5:05. It's exactly the time that I would normally show up after work down here. And so I just thought, well, I'm too wired, the adrenaline and everything. I'm too wired to go home and go to sleep or anything. I hadn't slept all night. And I just started protesting. But in the meantime, on the way home in Uber, when I had my phone up and running, I texted the Clearwater crew. I said, hey, I forgot what I said. Something like, guess who is still protesting from last night or something kind of cryptic. And then I quickly said that I'd been in jail overnight. And they came out lickety-split. They were out there in no time. Cheryl and Aaron in particular were out there. It was so, Aaron's all outraged, and we're doing a little off-the-cuff interview, and just feeling my friends and what's really going on, and people honking for my sign, not knowing what had happened. And Aaron went and got me some food. It was really good. It was some Greek food from down the street. But I was kind of like in a weird place, but it was just really sweet. It was a really good, from the time that I was released, it was just a good ending to that story. And then in the days that followed, people were like, I saw you on Facebook. I'm like, Facebook? I'm not even on Facebook. How did you know? But I know people share things on Facebook, so that was pretty amazing. But that's, we're that's who we are down here. It's just a great crowd down here. Hey Julia, Adcox, Clearwater Cruisin', Sharona, Hanson. I know some of you have been in here for an hour already, but I am just starting to see your names right now. Clearwater police officer. Can't see because their windows are too tinted. Bella, Renee. I'm going with your, what I think are your names. I'm not reading your whole thing. I guess that would be more respectful if I read out your whole handle. Barbara Green. I don't think we have to call out the numbers though, right? Hanson fan. Yeah, it's such a... Is that a juxtaposition? I don't know if I've ever used that word correctly, but the fact that they're so pretty, but really what's inside is nothing pretty. There's nothing good. The only thing good about Scientology is the outside of the buildings, and not at all the inside of the buildings. How do I feel on reflection now? It's a good question, Jojo. Hey, Moose. You know, the first 6 months, it was kind of like a social experiment. I explained last week. But then these last 6 months, I have not stopped thinking about it, and it occurs to me every day. Not in a necessarily scary kind of way or anything, but I don't stop thinking about it, and I have less trust for these guys right here. Way, way less trust. I mean, if you can't trust the police, right? Who we were taught to trust. That's a really big problem for me. Sometimes, just in the rest of my life, I have encounters with police that's very neutral, and now I look at them differently. You know, I just don't trust them now. And that's really bad, because when you're really, really in trouble, I don't know.
I think they called the cops on the kids.
Yeah, those speed runs are pretty funny. I think they're kind of on guard in Los Angeles. Jerry's saying he thinks that those police have been circling around here a little bit because maybe they called the police on those kids. And I hope they don't come out here and ask us what we know about those kids, because they're not our business. And we don't have anything to do with them. By the way, we don't condone any violent behavior, anything inappropriate. We're just out here peacefully protesting like we've been doing for over 2 years. That's what we do out here. So we don't want anybody killing our vibe, you know? Yeah, I mean, also, Bella, you know, I mean, you see a lot of police corruption featured on the news, so you know there are bad cops. That's not a weird thing. You just hope that it's going to be, you just hope that there's way more good cops than bad cops. But when this cop just in such a non-sensible way, did what he did, with all the context that we have around it, it just makes you think, you know, is this like this is a guy that I might have trusted. If I'd really had an emergency somewhere, anywhere in town, and he showed up, this is a guy I would just have to automatically trust because he's a cop. But then I see what he did, and his partner, and the other 3 cops that showed up that didn't have a problem with this at all. The lieutenant that showed up, that did not say to this officer, hey, come on, guys, what are you doing? Get her out of the cuffs. Just tell her you're letting her off with a warning or something. You know, they didn't do any of that. So it was this whole pack of cops from Clearwater Police Department. And, you know, of course, the involvement they've had with Aaron's stuff, you know, Aaron's issues as well. So, no, me and Taz, they are not going to scare me away. They're not. And honestly, I don't think I would have done anything different. I was absolutely right. And I think if you cave because you think it's going to be easier, then you just reinforce really bad behavior, and it happens to more people. So you really do have to take one for the team. You know, you do, like some people, I know a lot of people were commenting, the video of my little interview with Aaron was reproduced in other people's streams. And people are like, you should always give the cops your ID. No, you should not always give the cops your ID. That is bad advice. You should always do what the cops say so that you don't get arrested, I suppose. But there are a lot of stories about cops telling women to do things that they say in order to avoid trouble. And it's usually not the kind of stuff that you would expect. You know, so no, you don't do stuff just because cops tell you to. They can lie. They have permission to lie. They don't have to tell the truth. So no, I would not have done anything differently. I was well within my rights to do what I was doing. I was not standing in the roadway, and I knew it. I knew what the laws were, and a judge agreed with me on that pedestrian violation. So yeah, but I would never recommend just hitting the easy button because it'll keep you from going to jail unnecessarily. I think I did the right thing. Yes, Sharona, we do have to we do have to play up the May the 4th thing. May the 4th be with you. We have to play that up. So I am chewing gum today because I'm trying to avoid coughing, but I hope that it's not being picked up on the mic. Lots of honks today. So Aaron is in jail because he had 2 arrests. The first one for battery, he was found not guilty. It had to do with some blue chalk powder getting on a Sea Org member this past summer. And then about a month later, he went to the front of a Scientology building and had his, they slammed the door on him while he was still in the doorway. And so they charged him with battery. And the judge was very, very obvious about how she wanted the jury to vote, and the jury found him guilty because the judge does not like him. She doesn't like anybody with a camera in anybody's, filming anything. YouTubers, anybody that does that sort of thing. Yes. Sharona, I always think that when I'm in the chat, like, geez, this is like a long story, so it's much easier to say it. Yeah, it is a bunch of crap. And really, the second charge, when they slammed the door into him, to me was so obvious that, battery is the person who does it first. If you end up throwing a punch after somebody punches you in the bar, it could be mutual battery, but the person who throws the punch first often is the one that definitely gets the battery charge. And in this case, it was unnecessary to slam the door on Aaron. So if he fell into that guy or shoved that guy after he did that, that's a response, a reaction, and it's a natural reaction. I don't know if you guys watched the video before the trial. He played, so it would be before, what was the trial date, the 14th? Probably around the 10th, 11th, or 12th. He showed some of the video, I think. And it's really funny because after they close the door on him, and he kind of lands into Andrew. Aaron and Andrew are kind of just staring at each other like two 8-year-old kids. Like, now what do we do? Because neither one of them really wanted to fight. Neither one of them, I don't think, was really trying to want it to go anywhere. But they also are just standing there like, how is this supposed to end? What's the next thing to do? Which is actually, if you're just going to look at it in a human kind of way, it was kind of cute. Because really, Andrew is just a human as well. He's been conditioned to do all the things that he does. And who knows if he really is sick and tired of it and just really wants to get out and just kind of playing along right now. I mean, he probably feels like he got a win, right? Some accolades, although they don't really give you accolades in Scientology. So maybe he just refrained from getting into trouble, and that's good enough in Scientology. That's a great day when you avoid getting into trouble. So, Julia, she does consider any of us a nuisance. There is at least one other case, maybe several cases. One case in particular that I'm very familiar with. It has nothing to do with Scientology, but it does have to do with somebody holding a camera and filming. And that person was accused of, was told to get a job and to get a life, and just really horrific personal attack on the person. So totally inappropriate. She's really forgotten who she is and what her job is. She does not know the assignment. So would have been nice if she could have been more fair. Yes, Vindoc, this is Clearwater, Florida, the spiritual capital, spiritual headquarters of Scientology. This is the Fort Harrison Hotel, the first building that L. Ron Hubbard purchased in 1975. And it's a private Scientology-only hotel. Occasionally they have events where they try to invite groups of people in that they hope to entice and recruit. So it's a really beautiful night out here. I think it's probably about 75 degrees. We have a really fortunate situation here on this really big space of ours, of public sidewalk that we're sitting on right now. Because this right here is facing west and the sun is setting back there. So we're always in the shade around this time. Usually by the time we get here, it's shady where we need it, and then it gets shady real fast. So yes, it is perfect protesting weather. I don't even have OTA powers, and I was able to make this happen. So you're welcome, everyone. All the speed runs are on the clock, the clock app. Haunted house. Cat down the road. We have been thinking of, because there's this really great hotel right here, this building we think would be a great convention center or some other sort of family fun kind of place. Yeah. Oh, we might talk about this some more in another stream, but last night I was at the city council meeting, and so here's what Scientology, classic Scientology move. They put out this huge advertisement, all AI fashioned, you know how they do their spectacular PR stuff, that they are going to build on a corner about 2 blocks away from here. Um, what's it called? Evo? Is that the company? An Evo complex where it's like a theater, bowling, rock climbing, whatever, kids stuff, maybe indoor putt. I don't know what it is, but it's like one of those entertainment complexes. And I'm thinking, we don't want that. I saw the ads for it. They've been running a lot of them over the last 48 hours. It's ridiculous. So the city council last night said, one of the members said, we don't really even know about this. Like, we didn't know about like any permitting or we didn't. What is going on here? Like, they were kind of perplexed by this because they did not put their seal of approval on it. Usually when you build something, like if you put up a McDonald's over here, down the road somewhere, there has to be some sort of regulation with signage that your sign can't be too big or too high, or and the buildings can only be 5 stories high or whatever. There are these limitations on how you build things. It's so, and it seemed like the kind of thing that they would not. The city council wouldn't just approve because the type of building it is, it'd be almost like putting a big Costco with like Las Vegas lighting on it. And really, we're this cute little beach town. This stuff is nice right here, but if you think about it, we're kind of, if you've ever been to Sarasota, it's got a little bit of the Spanish style, and then a little more modern, what I would say kind of post Golden Girls condos. It's cute. And why not keep the beach town vibe? Why build a gigantic concrete structure? And who's going to come down to Clearwater for bowling or for movies even? And people don't really even do movies that much. I know some people do, but it's not that big a deal anymore. I think after the first couple of months, people will think it's an interesting, different thing to do, so they'll come check it out. But I think after 6 months, that parking lot's going to be empty. So I don't even know what their game plan was with that, because I don't know if City Council would really be all that into it. To me, it's the kind of thing that Scientology puts the advertisement out there like it's a done deal because they imagine that the community will be excited about it, and then the City Council will have to say yes because the community will just be looking forward to it so much. So I think there's probably only a 50% chance that this would actually get built. And if it does get built, it probably will take about 5 years. It's not a fundraiser opportunity for them, so it's probably not going to be stretched out for the same. I think this building right here took 12 years to build because they kept saying that they needed more money and to elicit more money out of the members. So that wouldn't be going on here, but I just don't see them getting everything that they need to do it, and also having second thoughts about whether or not it would even be successful. So the mayor said, I don't even know who this Evo company is. And I looked it up real quick last night. I couldn't find any affiliation with Scientology, but that doesn't mean that Scientologists aren't part of it. But the mayor said that he has put in a call to them and is hoping to have a conversation with them about, thank you, about it. So, but just this is what a crime organization does. They just work independently. Oh, look, it's Joey Meatballs. It's Joey Meatballs. Where'd he go? Sorry, he escaped. He went in real quick. He's been around lately a lot more. There were a couple months where you didn't see him. All right, back to reading.
I did that, and I would have done anything I had to try to keep their love and their attention. Right? Without this, I wasn't going to get it. Right? So
Tom Cruise in the complex. I don't know if Tom Cruise would get that into it, but George, I suppose. I mean, anything is possible. Why wouldn't he? A link to last night's meeting. If I remember, How would I do that? I can post it, right? Like later today, I can post a link for that, I believe. If you want, you can go to My Clearwater and click on City Council meetings, and it's only like 2 or 3 clicks in, and there'll be the view meeting kind of thing, so you can, I believe, get the transcript, or you can just see the video. Either way.
And so if you spend 20 years, right, and 400,000.
Yeah, I don't know if he had anything to do with the Garden Street project either. Yes, we're in Clearwater, Florida. We're in one of the Scientology headquarters. There's another one in LA, which is a little more of an, I don't know, what is it? Just different departments. We're the spiritual headquarters here. We've earned that prestigious title of spiritual headquarters. Oh, I think I have to hit my mute again. Oh, pushing the wrong buttons. Sorry. I have to take my glasses off so I can read. I muted to silence the ambulance. Can you hear? Okay, you can hear me now. Yeah. Oh, Sharona, thanks for finding that so quickly. Appreciate that. Go toward the end of the meeting. It was a shorter meeting last night. They had some, little dedications at the beginning, and then some basic. They write checks, not specifically the checks, but they write or approve spending at a rate of about, like, one item I think was 1.2 million. One item might have been 800,000. They probably approved about maybe $2 or $3 million worth of spending last night, and it's every 2 weeks they approve that. The budget for Clearwater, I think it's around $240 or $250 million, and they spend a heck of a lot of money every week or every couple of weeks when we have these meetings. Yeah, Hulk Hogan had a place down here. On the beach. He had a few restaurants as well. There's a little bit of scandal maybe with that, but also not an unexpected death. Yes, Jill spoke so eloquently during the. So the last half hour was the public comment. They have restored public comment for 30 minutes. Everybody gets 3 minutes, and you can't share your time. So before, we were able to, like, if I didn't want to speak, I could give my 3 minutes. Well, it would turn into 2 minutes, so that I could add on for somebody else. So they would have 5 minutes to speak, presumably a little bit on my behalf as well. But right now, you can only speak for 3 minutes, and which leaves really pretty much 10 people if they use up their whole 3 minutes. Yeah, Zigzag Man. I think part of that is, even though he was found not guilty on that first charge, those 22 days were part of that. Now, he was given 30 days, but it seems that not everybody, it's not common or traditional to actually serve 30 days. So he did get gained time. So he's actually only going to serve 20 days this time. So he's about halfway through. I think we've done 10 days. We'll all take credit for spending time with him in jail. I think it's been 10 days, so he's got 10 more to go. But yeah, that time served, I would have hoped that would have worked, but I think it has to be for that same crime. But I don't understand why not. I mean, it's time served that he should not have spent there because he was found not guilty. So to me, that should just be banked time that he should have already. It should have been 8 days.
Like, in other words, have you seen them go to El Paso yet? I haven't. How about Birmingham?
Wait, what did I say? Tolerant. He sucks at Friday protesting. Oh, yes. Get the like, hit the like button. Not for my ego, but just because we want Aaron to think that that he gets more likes when he's not hosting his own stream. Yeah. So if you haven't hit the like, if you're a lurker and you don't want to like get too tangled up in things, I don't think if you hit the like that it records anywhere anything. So it's okay to hit the like if you're not subscribed or any of the other things. But I just think it would be funny if I got more likes than he did. Um, 85% of your sentence. Yeah. This would be like 66% of a sentence. So I'm not sure. There's something, I don't know if the formula is the same once you're talking about just 30 days. But I think that's been mentioned before about the 85%. Yeah, the state didn't even really, I mean, the state I think would have been happy with just probation and the fine. I think they were kind of expecting Aaron's lawyer to kind of win with the 30 days, but since he had already spent time and he's got a family and all that. So I think the state attorney was very surprised that that he was found guilty and that he got the 30 days also, that she did not back down from that. And I'm going to say, as far as the state, we all have different opinions about this. I'm going to say that the state attorney, it was a golden or a yellow lab or a golden retriever, so cute. To me, what happens in that state attorney's office is all these young, recent grads, they get handed a file folder and say, here's yours. This is for you to prosecute. I don't know if I said this last time, but there are 20 districts, 20 circuits in Florida. We have 67 counties, but we have 20 circuits that overlap counties. And each of those circuits has an elected state attorney. So we don't have district attorneys. We have state attorneys, so we use different words, but it's the same thing. So when people say, gosh, Aaron's crimes were so bad that the state got involved, that's total nonsense. The state did not get involved. It's a regular DA kind of system that you would have in most other states that use the DA system. So it's basically it's the 6th Judicial Circuit, and that's just how we do things. You know, if you steal, a can of hairspray from the 7-Eleven, the state attorney will be prosecuting you as well. That's just the words we use. Oh shoot, I got stuck up too high in the chat. Okay. Forgot why I was bringing that up. Oh, okay. So the state attorney, I mean, Aaron can feel however he wants about her. He was living it and he was feeling her vibe and stuff. I think she does have, resting bitch face. Sorry. I'm not going to be more polite about it because I don't think I saw her smile the whole time in either of the trials. She did so much better. I agree. I think George said this the other night. She was much better. The first time around, the first trial, they felt to me like the high school debate team. And the very first time that they went to a debate meet, here comes another siren. Hold on. Like the first time the debate team goes out and they're horrible, but by the end of the school year, they kind of do okay. So I feel like she kind of did okay. She was not as sharp like a really experienced attorney or anything like that. But she really did a whole lot better, and her partner did a little bit better too. Neither one of them were passionate. They both seemed like they were just kind of tired, and I don't know how many cases they have to take. But I really do think she was handed a folder. Here's your case. You prosecute. And that's what she did. And I think she was shocked at the outcome. And who knows if she's kind of feeling like, geez, I don't know if I want to prosecute all these dumb cases because I don't really believe that this guy Aaron really deserved to get 30 days in jail. I mean, there's other people that come through here that do way worse and they don't get this. I mean, I think she sees that. You know, I believe that about her. I don't have a reason not to believe that about her. Now, this judge, on the other hand, I am not, I don't feel that way about her at all. I think she's entirely unreasonable and knows exactly what she's doing, and it's very inappropriate. Yes, Janet, it is absolutely, and good to see you. It's absolutely ridiculous that it went to court. The first option, you know, after, so for example, when I went through this, the arrest myself, I had to wait about 30 days for it to go through the state attorney's office to see if they would even want to prosecute, and they dropped it. But the thing is, everybody's going, oh, they're going to drop it. And then some people are like, they may not drop it, you know, because they do want to give these young attorneys some experiences with stuff. I think Aaron talked about this, that I think Jerry might have mentioned to Aaron that, you know, you need to get your feet wet with all kinds of cases. And so it could have been that they could have done this, and you can have these state attorneys who don't really know what they're doing, really, really trying hard to prosecute when it's not worth prosecuting, and then somebody like me actually gets found guilty. You know, probably I just would have had a fine or something. I don't think they would have put me in jail for that, but I think it's kind of a crapshoot whether or not something gets justice or whether justice is served, because there are crimes that are happening, and it's not, those crimes aren't necessarily, you know, they're not found guilty because of some technicality or something, and then there are victims of those crimes who don't get justice. So it's always nice when it works out. Yeah. Our oh shoot, at our ESK1. Okay, kind of like an Esquire, but it's short, right? Okay, just so she thought the 30-day sentence wasn't enough. Yeah, she repeated that several times, I think. Either that or it just echoed in my head when she said it. Couldn't believe it. Like, how dare she? What, you know, and really the number of days that you have in jail is kind of a random thing, right? I mean, 15 days, 18 days, 42 days. Look who's here. Mindy, wearing your amazing shirt. I forgot about that shirt. It's in my folded pile of lots and lots. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
It's on this. Well,
Oh, I don't want to be on that.
okay. You just want to say hello to the hotel?
Well, I wanted to say hi and tell George. George, who are you again?
She yelled.
I love you.
George, if you could just get in the chat, I just want to introduce Mindy to you. He said hello, Mindy. I'm one of Aaron's mods.
I think he's got it on cut and paste now.
Ready to go.
Is that what he always says?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, look at what you got. Yeah.
Oh.
They have excellent shrimp.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Where are we? I'm sure I just missed a whole bunch of them. Let's see. Apples and oranges. Oh, you're comparing me. Dignified. Oh, my knowledge. Yes. Yeah. I stop people in their tracks and they just fall asleep right away when I talk. Does our spray can make a sound effect of are spray cans? Somebody said they heard
It does
applause.
sound like a spray can.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like,
Like
you're
applause.
like painting, like you're old school.
Yeah.
Tagging it.
I know. You're not going to let go of me being a high school
No,
pep
because
rally painter.
you do what like I've always wanted to, but once I put that pen on the paper, it's
Yeah. Look, did you see that white chalk down there on the ground it's like a big block of it, so it gets this like it's one coat, one pass with it, and it really pops. So
I might do a religion would let you leave.
okay.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of chalk and whatnot and whatever, all the whatnots and the wherefores and the howevers, the whomevers or whatever. All right. Hi, Mindy from Mandy, Victoria, BC, Canada.
Hi, my Canadian
It's
friends.
Mandy Nichols.
Purple, I should say.
Right, Sharona. One of our people in our chat said that he suggested using that white field chalk, and that you can get a big jug of it for cheap. And I looked at it; it's actually kind of comparable. If I go on Amazon and get it, it's kind of comparable. I think if you're buying it wholesale, probably it's really cheap. But on my journey looking for that, just to look into it, I saw these blocks for like gymnasts and if you're going rock climbing, you don't want like a bag of chalk. So these blocks are real nice because they stay put, I guess. So I do like this chalk. I'm gonna have to look at other applications. It's very it dissolves a little bit. Doesn't it feel like a sponge? It feels weird, doesn't it?
I like it.
Yeah.
It feels like I could just.
Yeah.
It feels like styrofoam. It feels
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the chalk stuff.
Oh, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, but it's very soft. So
Like a matzo ball.
what's that?
A matzo ball.
It makes,
Yeah.
It makes my autism very fucking happy.
Really? Does it? See, I don't like the chalk.
Like I want to
I don't want to get all dirty.
Yeah, I don't like it because I don't like the dryness close to my
You know what?
nails.
It feels like
Yeah.
freeze-dried candy.
Yeah, but it's for like gymnasts and like
Yeah. I
rock
was about to ask
climbing
you if
and
that's what
yeah.
that powder.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, after a minute it'll start drying your hands out.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, no,
that's
this
the
is-
feeling I don't like.
I
I
like
feel
it
like
should
I
be-
keep forgetting I should bring lotion
I
out
have
here.
lotion in my bag.
Do you?
Feels like it
You're
should
so
be
smart.
styrofoam.
You need to go to that travel section at Walmart and get a
Every
little
time.
lotion.
This is my purse.
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, well, I have a purse one. I don't bring my purse out here. On account of all the riffraff out here.
I was looking around there.
Oh, well, who's there? Anybody?
Yeah, Nancy and Joe.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, I mean it's
Just meeting.
it's almost 7:00. Yeah, I would wrap it up down there and then just meet us down here, and we'll say goodbye. So I started late. I had this set for 5:00. There's all these little things you have to remember to hit before you start it. And I did it like 3 times, and then when I finally went live, I missed a few of them. So I'm sitting here talking for 15 minutes, and I'm not public. I'm live, but I'm not public. So like nobody in the world can see me. So I undid it because there's no way to redo it while you're.
Yeah.
So, all right. Great way. Okay. Yes, thank you. We really do probably. I don't really get into a lot of other genres of live streams, so I don't know what goes on. I mean, unless there's like a million people, those type of channels, which is just kind of a no holds barred. There's no mods in there at all. Everybody just stays in the chat and says whatever. But the mods we have, how lucky are we? They're just so amazing. They've always got the links on hand. They clean up the trolls. Oh, I haven't seen any trolls in here. You guys are doing a great job. Do we have any trolls, or am I not? Should I be more controversial? Let's see. What should I say? Scientology is. I can't. I mean, never mind. I'm not even gonna joke about it. yeah, the honks have been really amazing. We've had some good honk volleys tonight. Now I did go back to I watched the video from last week to see what the audio was like, and I actually kind of liked it. But unfortunately, the like for myself, like I'll set it back to that audio later once I'm not hosting, on Aaron's channel, because for these Friday night protests, the honks are really important. They're kind of an essential element. So
That's what it makes me want to do. I want to like crush it and stick it in my mouth. I told you, I was like,
yeah, me and Taz. I mean, I think people should know better than to troll me. I mean,
I had a kid in my class.
you know, it's not wise. Last week when I was interviewing Brooks Gibbs came out, and he said, I forgot what he said, but then he goes, the whole flippin' mess, or whatever he said, and then a few sentences later, he said, they're all going willy-nilly, and I was like, Brooks. I didn't want to interrupt him, but I was going to say, Brooks, this is a family show, stop it with the language. I do try to keep it family. I have to. I don't always use clean language. I mean, I don't want you thinking it's because of me that I'm using clean language. I just think it's more universal if on a live stream like this that we just use family language. Some people listen in their cars and they got the kids in the cars and they don't necessarily, maybe they don't use that kind of language around their kids. So, I mean, why not just keep the audience broad with the PG-13 at least. Yeah, there's not as much Scientology traffic tonight. Like, we've been facing the door the whole time. And, oh gosh, look what she's doing. Look what she's doing. Look how much magic. Look how much magic she is getting out of this chalk. Now, I wonder if you took the paintbrush with some of the colored water beside it, if you could get an effect with that. We'll see. Hi, you have a beautiful puppy.
Because they're trying to do the Texas thing. So they were able to do that in the 90s.
Okay, these are not Scientologists. They're just, some people are more timid. Some people walk up and they're very, like they want to be all about it. And then some people are kind of like, they don't know how to ask the first questions and stuff. Lauren's doing a really good job with them. But they have a really cute puppy, and I need the puppy to get into the shot. Golden retrievers will get rid of all of your BTs. If anybody owns a golden retriever, you know what I'm talking about. Like golden retriever puppies are really good at absorbing BTs, body thetans. And you'll notice, like when golden retrievers have zoomies, that is them, that's the body thetans combusting so that they don't ever appear again. I don't know if you guys knew that. Aaron doesn't really talk about it much when he does lives, but now you guys know. Oh, look how cute this. Lauren, get those wings. Look how cute. It's a sweet puppy. Aw, what are you smelling? Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop talking to the dog. Yes, golden retrievers trump BTs every time. pool chalk is silica, as opposed to what is this calcium? What is this? What kind of chalk? What is chalk? Is chalk calcium something? I was gonna say calcium carbonate, but that's baking soda. I think it's some sort of calcium, but silica is okay, right? Silica washes off too, pool chalk. But I imagine too that doesn't come in giant bags. So if they did make it in giant bags, it would be so cute. If they did make it in giant bags, it'd probably be kind of expensive. It's probably this gym chalk I thought was really impressively inexpensive. I got 8 blocks. I think it was $6. It was maybe $1 a block or something. But a lot of bang for the buck with this chalk, I think, because it's like a very vibrant white because it's so powdery. And it said it was non-toxic and it's easy to clean up. It was not mentioning anything about sidewalks because I don't think anybody uses it for that, but I'm sure that it's fine. Silica is bad for the people using it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now, is silica the same thing as silicone? Because I know we have some of that in our bodies naturally. It's probably a different, like, derivative or different type of element. Calcium carbonate. Chalk is calcite or calcium carbonate. That makes sense. Okay. I wonder what this is. I would imagine it's also that, right? I should probably look that up. Well, it's safe. It's safe for us to touch because it's meant for people to touch it. So I hope. I hope I'm right. All right. When did Aaron actually go to jail? He was actually remanded. That's the word. Remanded to jail right as he left the courtroom. Just like you see in the movies. They don't let you, I mean, for something so stupid like this, they don't let you, like, go home, take care of business, water the plants, lock the door, change. No, he had his beautiful blue tie on and his business suit, and he was able to hand his phone to Jenna, and then it was right there. They fingerprint you right there in the courtroom, and then the bailiff takes you out. And that was April 14th. Silicone is plastic. Silica is bad for lungs, and I have to go. Okay. All right. Thanks, Night Skyfire. Thanks for coming here. You're always here. Appreciate your support. Oh, gym chalk is made primarily of magnesium carbonate. Oh my gosh, Northern Girl is like an encyclopedia. Okay, but still, I presume, very safe. But I think that this magnesium carbonate is what's making this so vibrant. Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure, Christy Lynn Wilson. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being a member. Well, what do we do before Google? I don't know. I mean, how do we ever get through life? It's just amazing. It's a really good time to, not just to not be in a cult, but it's a good time to be alive. We have a lot of medical advancement and yeah, we've got some upsets, and sociologically we have some upsets, but that's all part of the yin and yang of things, I think. I think that when there's a forest fire, it's really good. Forest fires are good. They're really harmful, right, and threatening to people's belongings and their lives, and hopefully people can get out with their lives. But they rebuild, and they rebuild better homes. But not just that, the forests themselves are actually nourished by the burning, by the ash and all of the minerals or whatever. However, the earth benefits from it, it does, from forest fires. So after there's a fire, things come back up much better and stronger. And every once in a while, you know, our society, we need to get hit in the head with a brick, and we need to see how things are and how things could be and how things have been, looking back at history and looking at our future and how we're handling things and questioning how things are going. So we might get happy or we might get sad or depressed about how things are, but it's all part of the growth process. Yeah, I can't even find my house without using my GPS. Or maybe I can find my house, but I want to find the way that's 2 minutes faster than the other way, so I want to get the most efficient way back home. So I use Google Maps all the time, no matter where I'm going. MapQuest. I used MapQuest, and we were going to a flea market about an hour north of here, and I printed it out because, you know, it was before smartphones, and I followed the directions exactly, and it led us into an orange grove, like a private orange grove property. And it kind of spiraled into the interior of the orange grove. And when I first got on it, I was like, this is a dirt road. Maybe this dirt road connects to another regular road. So I just stayed on it. And the person I was with, like, we're both going, I don't think this is right. And all of a sudden, the road just ended at a tree. But fortunately, Siri's a lot better at that. So. Yeah, you know, we sharpened our skills at north, south, east, and west, and paying attention to maps and remembering what we saw and where we need to go. And now we're relying on, we don't have to do that anymore. We're just relying on the handheld intranet machine. All right, make sure you're liking if you're just coming in. If you've forgotten to like, we want to get more likes than Aaron usually gets. Because we want to test out the idea of whether or not he gets jealous. Yeah. This little girl is so cute. Keeps waving and waving. I don't know if her parents know she's waving out the back of the window. I mean, I don't think they're against it, but, you know.
The whole reason I don't do human med is because people.
All right. Have I missed any questions? I remember my phone number too, Sharona. It was a long time ago. I don't remember any other phone numbers, but I do remember that one. I hope I'm saying that right, Sharona, right? Long O?
Oh yeah, one of my clients.
When I had my house phone, when I first got my cell phone many decades ago now, I was able to get the same last 4 digits as my house phone, and I was so relieved because I didn't have to remember so much. That was convenient. All right. Eric, how long are you gonna go?
15 more minutes.
Okay. I can go
I gotta
15
check
more
on that,
minutes
Who you
too.
got in yours? You got other people in yours? That's where they are.
Well, let's see. Northern Girl,
Yeah.
Sharona.
Where'd Mindy go? She leave?
She went to clean up
she's
down-
packing up. She's
down at
getting
Target,
eaten up by
too.
mosquitoes.
Oh,
Mindy gets eaten by mosquitoes.
God, they must love her.
They do. Yeah,
Ankles, dude.
I haven't gotten a single bite.
yeah.
Her ankles turned bright red within like 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm just out there like dancing around.
Is that bad? Oh shit.
Let's see. Oh, I thought I answered this already. When did Aaron? Oh, Anna. Let's see. Erica, I saw your interaction with the cops at the police station on one of these body cam YouTube channels. When I saw it, I was like, that's Erica. I know what you're talking about. Yes. So there are people that FOIA police body cams all the time. And I know which one you're talking about, and it's actually kind of boring. So I'm surprised that they posted it, but they may have been short on material. Yeah, that was pretty much like my testimony. And I will say, I think, you know what? I think I actually may have gone to that. Somebody might have forwarded to me, so maybe that's where because I know the video. I have the video, so I know what video you're talking about. But I think I actually went to the site and I saw some of the comments, and people that watch those that genre of police body cams and all that stuff, they like to criticize. I'll just say women in particular, and they get called the K word because I don't like using. There are lots of very lovely women named that word, and I wish we had another word for it. But anyway, somebody was implying that in there, and I'm like, what? I'm not even arguing with anybody. Just a very normal and factual conversation. So, yeah, that was the night that actually I commented to the officers that they should not, something to the effect that they should not be working for Scientology in the lobby on Friday nights for extra time. That it was a bad look, and that there's a lot of crime going on in the building, child labor, among other things.
There's all these if
And
you
that,
wanna
oh,
plug
thanks. Yeah.
I have been handing them things out like candy.
So we've got this. Do you want me to make more, Lauren? I can do that. So Lauren likes to give out this stuff. She's really good at plugging our channels. So I made these little business cards for us. So I did. I told the officers I was talking to about this, and then it was right after that I never saw cops here again. So I don't know. Sometimes when you're just having a casual conversation, if you go storming into the police department and say, you need to stop this extra time at the Scientology building, if you go in there with that attitude, they're not going to do it. But sometimes if you just have a warm and casual conversation, that can have an impact on some things. I'm presuming that my conversation had something to do with it. It could just be coincidental that at that time I am. We're going to come and look. Oh, I'm stiff from sitting so long. Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way. Oh, I guess I could flip it over. Never mind. I was going to show you my shirt. All right. So Lauren's been working hard over here.
Childhood writing.
Yeah.
A religion
Would let you leave.
would
I told you I need lessons.
let. No, I'm following with my camera.
Oh, okay.
You leave. She's doing a good. Look how big she's writing it, and
I
this
wanted them. Well, you used like 4 bricks, so I figured that was a good.
without disconnection. Say again.
Huh? A religion would let you leave without disconnection.
Yeah.
Oh no, for these you were using like 4 chalks wick. height, and so I figured I'd try that. See, I can analyze it, and I can tell you exactly how to do it, but once pen to paper, it's all over the place.
Oh, no, I think it's great. I think when you use different size font, it makes a bigger impression. I didn't put the
and that was
color on
that's
here.
big enough because you can see it.
Yeah.
Which is
So our
what I want.
goal with this section over here is for the Sea Org to be able to see as they're walking across, which they do quite a bit.
Which part?
What?
Oh, what was the last part you said?
I said that they try. Here, do you want that back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So LA is a lot more.
Okay. I sat down and I stopped talking. So I did not make a good. Kind of been on.
Plug all of us? You're okay, right?
Hey, happy Senior Friday.
I've been on fewer cylinders today, right?
Watch out for British.
So I'm gonna just make it pretty. It's pretty. Oh, getting it on myself, but I'm okay with that. Oh, so somebody wrote this. I don't know if that was Eric. Did he get up before? Or was it Jerry?
Never gonna clear the planet.
You know what? Maybe when you do all this extra powder, it's harder to read. Like when the Scientologists walk up, I'm wondering if I should not do so much. Well, then there's less for them to clean. And I know they want to come out here and have some time away. I mean, it sounds like I'm being facetious, but it's true.
They didn't let those nice folks in.
They didn't?
No.
Why not? Well, I was just saying, you know, you have to make a mess out here because they want to come out and clean it. So
Yeah.
they don't have to be in there. You know,
I
this is
know.
a fun thing for them to do.
Yeah, that's right.
So, oh, let's see.
Watch
Little
out for protecting the
sunset.
mosaic.
There is
That was what each of them said.
Yes, indeed. It's a cult.
That's how you know they were all prepared.
Okay.
Hang on to your wallet in there.
So
Boy, you should see him jump when that guy.
I'm sure it's right there. I don't know if that's temporary hearing loss or all right. Just making it pop a little with the orange. So yeah, I mean, I think that just the words on their own is good, but when you put the extra color on, the Sea Org that have to come clean this up, I think are appreciating us because they get to come outside and it's not like hard work or anything, and they get to not have to do whatever else they would normally be doing. So, you know, I always say we do love, I do love the Sea Org members. Pat Harney, I love Pat Harney. I don't have any ill will toward her. I think that she's just been so misled. What are you gonna do? Forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Okay. Gosh, I used almost that whole thing at orange. Okay.
I mean, same, but yeah.
That's a for real one.
All right. So I didn't put my website. My website is on Scientology.org. All right. Back to sitting.
Thank you.
Yes, Susie. They probably love coming out here. But I feel like eventually, if they have to keep cleaning up the same words every time, that it's going to, it'll start to strike a chord with them.
That's part of the problem that Scientology has too. Is that like you have to keep putting the hammer down on very, very.
I don't think we ever expect people to just say, "Oh, I didn't know it was a cult. I guess I'll leave." That's not really what we expect. But I do think over time, as other straws start breaking the camel's back, I think I think it adds to it. Maybe it'll speed things up for some people, as opposed to if we weren't here.
It's you.
There he goes. Hi, thank you. I said that's me.
Suppressing person.
Yes, and your stuff. I put it in the back.
Oh, we have 300 likes. That's awesome. I think Aaron tries to shoot for 500, but I know it's kind of pushing it.
Yeah, the ants will hunt me down, like the mosquitoes did you. They're bad. Yeah. I'm gonna park.
Also, there might be some under the radar public who watch and I think who probably appreciate what's going on out here, wishing that they could get out sooner, but also being stuck because of their families being in.
Holy shit!
They're saying that in Florida, if it floods, the Florida ants aren't right up there.
All right, so, oh gosh, it's 7:20 already. All right, so like I said, I'm on fewer cylinders than usual. So I think that we're gonna wrap it up, or I'm gonna wrap it up at least. Let's see. So remember to do all the buttons and everything, the like, the subscribe, and all that stuff. And if you want to support Aaron a bit, you can do that through Venmo and PayPal, which have been in this chat, and I'm not sure if they're in the linked section below. If you're curious, check out the Clearwater City Council meeting from the other night, just the last half hour or so you can hear Jill's fantastic speech, 3-minute speech, and then also to just hear the city council being a little perplexed about why Scientology is advertising the Evo complex in downtown Clearwater. So, all right. Oh, okay. All right. Hope you guys had a good time, and we will see you again next week. All right. Bye.